on my end, I'm just hoping that I'm audible and visible. So if you can see me or hear me, give me a quick yes or no so I can know if I'm audible or visible. I'm just going to quickly log into my YouTube just to check if I am live or not. Okay. Am I live? I'm just trying to check if I'm live or not.
Am I live?
Oh, yes. All right. Wonderful. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this session. For all those who are watching live, wonderful. If you are watching a recorded session also, well, wonderful. First things first, let's make sure that you have hit the share button for this session. Please share this session with your friends and your colleagues, those who are preparing with you, so that you can all take advantage of this session. Also remember to hit the like button so that of course the likes they keep us happy. And also remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can participate in the live chat, because only if you are subscribed can you participate in the live chat. So I'm hoping that you have all subscribed. If you haven't, then just do it quickly right away. And also if you can give me a yes or no to tell me that you can see me and hear me. Am I audible? Am I visible? I would like to know that. Yeah, so that I can get started on my session for this week. Over these 3-4 weeks, we've been talking about vocabulary for reading comprehension, how you can take advantage of, all the vocabulary that you know, and how you can, use vocabulary. And I've been talking about different types of vocabulary. I've given you some different words from different areas so that you can learn different types of vocabulary, different genres. Vocabulary also, because of course the idea is that you should be able to use as many words and know as many words as possible, so that when you go into an exam, specifically when you go into your CLAT or ALET, then you do not find it difficult to know the meaning of a word. That is why vocabulary is so important for your reading comprehension. I know you guys know that it's going to be very, very important for all of us. Anyway, I'm hoping that all of you are ready. We are ready for a nice new session. I am audible. I have heard myself. So whether you tell me or not, I'm just hoping that you will give me a yes or no so that I know that you are here. Okay. All right. In the meantime, today's session will be based on legal and business vocabulary. So I will give you some words from legal vocabulary, some legal jargon, some business jargons. We may also have some words related to contracts. And then we'll do one small tiny paragraph, of course, just a small one, so that you understand how the questions can be framed. And then we'll try doing a couple of questions. So that's the plan for today. I hope you're ready and you're as excited as I am. I love these sessions. I'm going to be very honest. Vocabulary, reading comprehension, these are things that are very close to my heart. So therefore, I just enjoyed them. So I hope you enjoy these sessions too. Let's get started. Today, of course, we're going to be talking about legal and business vocabulary. So there may be some words which you already know. If you know them, wonderful. If you don't, then we will quickly discuss them. Now, these understanding legal vocabulary and business vocabulary is essential because you will be trying to grasp complex text. Understanding legal vocabulary will not just help you in reading comprehension, but it will also help you in your legal knowledge section also. So legal reasoning and legal knowledge section also will be impacted if you know legal vocabulary. Business vocabulary will again help you in your reading comprehension as well in your general life. Tomorrow, who knows, you may just go and be part of a law firm where a lot of business contracts are being made, being drafted, being reviewed, being discussed, being negotiated, and there this business vocabulary just becomes absolutely essential for you. So if you do know this, you're going to be sorted. If you don't know it, well, here is time for you to learn. So we're going to be focusing on legal terminology, some business jargon, and some contract language. So let's get started. Here we are. We start off with our first set of words, which is the legal terminology. I've put all these words here. I'm sure you'll be able to see them. And whatever words you don't understand, we can keep discussing. So, okay. So, your task, like last time, is to give me the meanings of these words in the chat box quickly. My hi, Hari, good evening. How are you? So, my chat box should be filled with meanings of these words. We'll start with verdict. What does verdict mean? I've got it here. What does verdict mean? Very quickly, who's going to tell me the meaning of verdict? You can all quickly start telling me the meanings. There are so many words here. I'm going to be discussing them one by one. But if it is a interactive session, that's when it is fun. Okay. So verdict, of course, comes from the root word ver, which means true. Okay. So therefore, verdict is and dict is word. So therefore, verdict from that very clear statement, hi Avnish, means true words. So this verdict is essentially a judgment, okay, which is given at the end of a case, okay, which essentially means true words or words that are of judgment. Jurisdiction is an area under your command or control. It can be a physical area, but it can also be a subject area, right? So area under your command will be your jurisdiction, right? So people or things that you control. Again, diction has dict, which means word, juris means law. So the word of law says that here is an area that is part of your control. Okay, so that's jurisdiction. Appeal, of course, is a request to a court. So when you have to make a request to a court, you file an appeal. Okay, so that is appeal. Litigation, of course, is a case that is being fought in a court. That is called a litigation. Okay, so when you take a court case to the court, it is called litigation. The people who are fighting are the litigants. Okay, so that is litigation. Contract is a promise and an acceptance of that promise, which is official or legal. So legal promise is called a contract. So a contract will have two people, the people who promise, the person who promised and the person who is promised, and then there are some words that are being said. So that is contract. Plaintiff is the person who files the suit. Okay, so if I file a complaint, I become the plaintiff. Okay, so the person who files a lawsuit is called a plaintiff. Okay, he's the one who is filing the plaint or the complaint. Confidentiality, of course, is a promise or an oath of secrecy that we will not break it, right? So confidentiality. So somebody says that I will keep things confidential, I will not share them with anyone. That is the promise of confidentiality. Okay. Negligence, when there is loss of care, and because of that loss of care, there is some sort of a problem, there is some sort of a harm, then it is called negligence. Settlement is when two parties negotiate, okay, and reach a deal where both parties are happy. That's called a settlement. So one party says, okay, let's do this. The other party says, no, let's do this. But then finally, both of you come to an agreement. That is a settlement. Okay. Generally, a settlement is out of court. It is not done in the court. Okay. So an out of court settlement is what we generally talk about. Witness is a person who has seen something happen. Okay. So he is the one who will prove that something has happened or something has not happened. That is a witness. Defendant is a person who has been accused in a case. Okay, so a defendant is accused in a lawsuit and he is the one who has to prove that he is not guilty. So that's defendant. Liability is your responsibility, what you are liable for, what you have to pay. Precedent is um, an incident that has already happened from where you take your cues. So it is a preceding action, something that has already happened, that is a precedent. Okay. Statute is a law. It's generally a short term law that is only in existence for a short time. Okay, so that is a statute. Injunction is a court ruling or a court order. Okay, it may be a short duration, a long duration. Arbitration is settling of a case, again outside of the law court. Breach is breakage. So when you break trust, that is called a breach. You can also break a promise. So a breach of promise, breach of trust, any of those could happen. Indemnity is safety. So when you are saved from something, you are indemnified. Okay. Damages, money that you have to pay and when you are at fault. Okay. So money to be paid as a fine, okay, or as a punishment. Okay, that is called damages, okay, as a punishment. So here are your words in the world of legality. Tort is the only one that I missed out. Tort is a civil wrong. Okay, it's not a criminal wrong, it is a civil wrong. Again, you can file a case for a tort also. So here are some of your words, guys. I hope these words are clear. Guys, nobody's talking today. Nobody's giving me any words, any meanings. I hope you've got these. Please make sure that you write them down. Okay, the ones that I have told you. All right, so our next set of words will be from business vocabulary. Again, very interesting, very nice set of words. So let's sort of understand these words and take it forward from there. Innovation is to create something new. We know that. I'm writing STH, which means something. So something new, a new style of creating something, a new way of manufacturing, that can also be innovation. So when you do something new, that is called innovation. Revenue is the money that you earn or the money that comes in. Okay. That is called revenue. Branding is how you position your name. So branding essentially is a name and the status that comes with that name. Okay, that is a brand. That is branding. So for example, when I say I bought a Louis Vuitton bag, you know the word Louis Vuitton is a brand itself and you know it's a very expensive, exclusive brand. So the minute I say Louis Vuitton or I say Michael Kors, okay, then you know that this is something, this is a brand, these are brands. These are not generic products. Please understand, when I say I will buy a shoe, that's a generic thing. When I say I'm going to buy some Jimmy Choos, now that's a brand. Okay, so that diversification is to go into a different field. Okay, that is diversification. When I switch my field or when I work in the same field, but I also look at something else, that is called diversification. Return is profits. So I'm looking for a 20% return on investment. So profit. Market is place where things are bought and sold, or the sum total of all buyers and sellers at one time in who are buying and selling. So that is called market. Chain, of course, is a series. We already know that the chain of command, the chain of logistics, supply chain, anything. Customer is a person who will buy your product, so he's the buyer. Customer retention means to keep the buyer. Okay, so when you are trying for customer retention, you want to keep the buyer, you want to make sure that the buyer comes back again and again. Okay, that's customer retention. For example, I went to a store, I looked at a dress, I liked it, I bought it. But those people were very rude to me, so I never went back. So they did not retain their customer. On the other hand, there is a very beautiful store called She here. Every time I go there, I feel so welcome that even if I don't get anything that I like, I still go to their store, the number one sequence. So the first store I think of is theirs, because they have retained me as a customer, right? So that is customer retention, the policy of making sure that a customer comes back to you again and again. An entrepreneur, of course, is a first generation businessman. Okay, somebody who's running a business for the first time in his life. He's an entrepreneur. Liability is your responsibility, okay, for which you may have to pay. That's your liability. Stakeholder is somebody who has stake, who's part of the business, so he's a co-owner, I'll say that. Okay. Flow, of course, we understand flow is what? Money, that is things that come in and out, that is flow. So I'll just write that. Supply, goods that come in. Okay. Investment is money put into business. Okay. That's investment. Money that you put into business. Strategy, of course, is a plan. Networking is finding the right people for the right thing, right? That's networking. Or building a group of people so that you can so that at any point of time when you need them, you can use them. Asset is anything that will bring you money. Okay, anything that will bring you money, that is called an asset. Share, of course, is a part. Okay, forecasting is, of course, guessing what will happen in the future. Okay, future prediction, that is forecasting. Scalability is the ability to increase the business, that is scalability. I have one store, is it scalable? Can I go pan India? Okay, that is scalability. Okay, profits, of course, is money that comes in. So money that comes in a business is profit, of course. Cash, we already know. Benchmarking, okay, I missed benchmarking. Benchmarking is measuring up to a target. Do you measure up to a target? So let's say my benchmark is 1 crore salary every month. So that is what I'm looking at getting. Okay, measuring up to a target. So here are some of your business vocabulary words. Yes, Hari, very good. Yes, very nice. Excellent. Hari has given me some very good answers. Asset, of course, is owning a valuable thing, and benchmarking is setting a target. Very nice. So I hope you've been able to understand these business vocabulary words, some words that you will keep hearing again and again, and therefore you should definitely know. All right. The contract language also, I have a few words which I put here. Maybe you don't need them, maybe you do need them, whatever. Okay, let's talk about them. So arbitration, like I have already said, is a case that is not fought in a case in a court, but it is settled. So it is essentially an out of court discussion and settlement. Okay. That is called arbitration. Performance, of course, is how you do. Okay. Okay. Agreement, of course, is a deal where two people settle down to a thing. Confidentiality, of course, is secrecy. We've already done it. Warranty is a promise. Okay, termination is to end a contract. Covenant is a promise. A clause is a condition. Indemnity is safety. So I promise to indemnify. Yes, Hari, very good. Termination is the act of ending something. Others, you can also tell me these words and their meanings. It's perfectly okay. I have the words written here. You can just read your words and identify their meanings and tell me. Anusha, very nice. Obligation is that we have a responsibility to do something. We can't skip it. Very nice. So it is a duty. Obligation is duty, something that you have to do, right? All Indians, as in India, it's my obligation to go and vote. Okay. Assignment, of course, is duty. Again, something that you have been tasked with. Liability is a problem, like I've said. Okay. Representation is to stand up for someone in a court. So somebody becomes your lawyer. So that person is your representative. Consideration is the money or thing that is at stake. In any case, that is the consideration. Waiver. Waiver is to do away with something or remove a clause. Okay. So loan waiver we hear. So when the loan is removed, that is called a loan waiver. Hurry. Consideration is careful thought, typically over a period of time. Very good. Consideration is also the money that is that is part of a contract. Okay. So that also. Force majeure. That is a word. Force majeure is something that is a very strong force. Okay, that's a force majeure. Something that cannot be controlled. So you have a lot of cases have a force majeure clause. That means for things that are out of our control, there will be no indemnity. So that, okay. Amendment, of course, is change. I don't know how I've deleted this, but anyway. So here are some words that are there. Jurisdiction, I've already told you. Under control, so that was already there. So here are some of the words. Yes, waiver is to stop, do away with. Yes, Anjali, Anushka, Anusha, sorry, my bad. All right, so here are some more words. I hope these words are good for you and that you're learning. Guys, lots of words will be there which you haven't seen. But if you know your root words, then it becomes very easy for you to learn a lot of the words. So keep learning your root words also. I will teach you when we start doing vocabulary. I will teach you a lot of roots and a lot of other vocabulary also, which you will learn and you will, do at a much better pace. But for now, keep learning, keep using these words. My suggestion is that all the words that we have used today, the legal terminology, whether it is that, whether it is the business vocabulary, or whether it is the contract language word map, all of these word maps, why don't you write these words down in your notebook? It would be about 30-35 words that we have discussed. So write these words down in your notebook and revise them over a period of time. What will happen is you will feel smarter, you will feel more confident when you know these words. And the next time you come across one of these, you will say, oh, I already know that. Okay, so therefore you should learn them. All right, now some common challenges in legal and business vocabulary. Of course, the complexity, they have very specific words, specific meanings. You have to know them, right? If you don't know them, it doesn't work. So therefore, that is the difficult thing. So learn. They're ambiguous. Some words can have multiple interpretations. Yes, but if you don't learn them, you cannot learn them. So therefore, please start learning. Precision. Exact terms are necessary to avoid miscommunication. So you must know these words very well and keep learning them over and over again. Okay, here is a small passage that I've got. Very small one. It's just 2 lines, and I expect you to read this and also read this question and then give me what the answer is. What does the term breach of contract mean in the passage? The passage says the plaintiff is the person who files the complaint, alleged a breach of contract, stating that the defendant failed to deliver goods as per the agreed timeline. The court will determine the liability and whether indemnity clauses apply. Oh my goodness, so many words that we have just done. Plaintiff, breach, contract, defendant, liability, indemnity. Anusha says, hey guys, I'm waiting for all your answers. Come on. Not just one person, huh? Come on. Anusha has given me an A. Piyush has also given me an A violation of contract terms, a misunderstanding between parties, a negotiation to modify contract terms, a mutual agreement to end the contract. Even Hari has given me an A. Hari, how you can increase your reading speed, beta? The more you will read. Others, please answer the question. The more you read, the more comfortable you will get. So there are two things to do. One, you improve your vocabulary. Two, you start reading more. Both of these will help you improve your reading speed. Okay, and then there will be other ways of building your focus using a pen or a pacer. All these things also help you a lot. Okay, all right. Correct answer, yes, has to be A. Breach of contract means a violation of contract terms, not a misunderstanding, not a negotiation, and not a mutual agreement to end the contract. So, breach means to break. Okay, so when the contract is broken, so it is violation, and that is the correct answer, violation of the contract term. Okay, let's look at the next question. What will the court determine according to the passage? Okay, let's take a look and you tell me what the court is going to determine. Come on, the next question is here. Guys, I hope all of you have hit the like button. If you haven't, please do that. Also, you must come on time, guys. We start at 8. Please be here at 8 sharp so that we are not late. So that you can, attend the session. It is fun. I like it when everybody is here. Only then it is fun, right? If it's not happening live, then it is not fun. If you guys are not here on time, then there is a problem. All right, I have got some answers. Anusha has given me my first answer, which is B. Let's take a look. Avnish also says B. What is the court going to determine according to the passage? Quickly tell me. Everybody is giving me a B. Piyush, Hari, Avnish. All right, let's take a look. So the question is very simple. What will the court determine? The court will determine what? The liability and whether indemnity clauses apply. So the liability and the application of indemnity clauses, that is the correct answer. Very simple, right? So the court will find out if the defendant is liable, and if he is able to be saved, there is any indemnity. Maybe there is some force majeure clause. So therefore, C is the correct answer. If the goods were defective was not the problem. The problem was that the defendant had failed to deliver goods as per the agreed timeline. So we are not determining if the goods were defective, and also not whether the plaintiff had a valid claim. We are just trying to, the court will find out whether the defendant is liable and if there is any indemnity clause that is valid. Timeline was realistic is not the court's judgment at all. So therefore the correct answer will be C. All right. The last question of this set: what is the primary focus of the passage? What is it that the passage is trying to say? Let's take a look. Is it discussing the importance of contract deadlines? Is it highlighting legal actions related to contract disputes? Is it explaining how businesses handle contracts? It is emphasizing the significance of financial loss. Okay. I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Come on. Okay, Anusha has given me an answer. Anusha says B is the correct answer. I'm waiting for the others. Come on, guys. What is this passage about? Let's take a moment and see. So, the passage essentially says the plaintiff alleged a breach of contract. So, one person has said there's a breach of contract, and the court will determine if the defendant is liable. So, it is discussing the importance of contract deadlines, but is it discussing the importance? No. Highlighting legal actions related to contract disputes. Yes, the court can determine this, so this can be a choice. Explaining how businesses handle contracts, but it doesn't tell you that. It doesn't talk of the significance of financial loss, so therefore D is just not possible. So of the choices that we have here, B would be the probably the best choice that we have at hand. Yes, all of you have given me this answer. Avnish, Kumar, Anvita, very nice. Excellent, you guys. Very good. Very, very good. All right, let's go to the next. Okay. All right, so what all you need to do to master vocabulary? Read contracts and legal documents. There are lots of good judgments that come out every year. So you can read a few of those. Okay. If nothing, then do read a lot of legal articles, bar and bench, and all of that. No, please read a lot of legal documents. You will become comfortable. Okay, read judgments, read legal documents. Practice with case studies. So analyze business reports, legal cases. Those will also help. Use your flashcards. Of course, that's the best thing to do. You know what is a flashcard? There is a card on which on one side of it you write the words. Okay, and on the other side you write the meanings. So on the back side you write the meanings of these 5 words. Now what happens is that once you keep this flashcard with you, keep reading, keep reading, keep reading. When you have learned it, put it in a jar. Then we'll bring out a new one, make a new one and use it. Okay, that's the best way of learning your words, the bestest way of learning your words. So use your flashcards. You will learn the words with their key definitions, their meanings, and then you want to know whatever you want to, you can put it on the flashcard. Not rocket science. It's absolutely easy. Okay. All right. So that's something that you can do. Okay. Key takeaways for today: legal and business vocabulary will enhance your comprehension. So, and it will help you in reading comprehension, in legal, in GK, in all the sections. Focus on understanding the terms in context. The context is very important, so do remember that. And you must practice regularly to reinforce your knowledge. That's very important too, guys. Okay. All right. With that, we come to the end of today's session. I'm going to wrap it up now, guys. Like I say this every time, please read as much as you can. Okay, there are so many articles, so many things out there, but if you don't start reading, that's going to be a problem. So read. And number 2, start working on your vocabulary. Both of these together are the things that will help you improve every single day. If you spend 20 minutes reading every day, you will end up having read for 600 minutes in a month, right? And if you do that for 10 months, it's 6,000 minutes. And that's a lot of reading, my boys and girls. That will make sure that you actually crack, and the GK will be taken care of because you would have read all the things that could be part of GK. Also, if you work on vocabulary 10 minutes every day, you will still be able to manage a lot of words. 10 minutes means you learn 5 words. Okay, take 2 minutes to learn every word. 5 words with their meaning and two synonyms. Okay, and two antonyms. Even if you learn this much, you will be doing a lot of work for yourself. If you can do more, you can write a sentence, then that will be perfect. But even if you don't do that, this much itself will be very, very good. Okay. So these are the things that you should do to make sure that your vocabulary is okay. All right. Any questions that you have? I'm here for a minute. So you can quickly ask me questions related to vocabulary or reading comprehension, or otherwise we will wrap up the session uh, just then. All right, I think no questions, so we will wrap it up now for today, guys. I hope today's session made a lot of sense for you and that you will come back to the next session and we will discuss many more things. We will have lots more to discuss. Remember, sessions are happening every Saturday. Today is Saturday from 8 p.m. Okay. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Please make sure that you're here. Okay, that's it. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kumar. Bye, Anusha. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Bye bye.